Alright, and we should be live. Alright, let me get this set up. I'm guessing Discord will pop up on my main screen. No, it actually popped up on the right screen. Alright. Stream notifications. I'll actually notify the squad. Alright, there we go. Okay, it's from... Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello, Harry Mario and Mario's Plays Gaming. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. I didn't even see your message at first. I just remembered you saying that after I stopped streaming last time. So yeah, welcome everyone back to Jam. Right now it doesn't work because I've been working a little bit behind the scenes on stuff, and right now I'm fixing encryption. So in the past, I had this encryption. Let me pull it up. So this was my encryption before, where your environment machine name was then used to encrypt a code key that was just in the code, just a 32-bit key. So that was essentially a encrypted key, and you decrypt it by using your machine name. And then I would use that to encrypt your locally stored password, and then I would use that to encrypt any sort of personal information. That's not what I'm doing anymore. So all of this, no more. Instead, I'm using AES. So AES is a really encrypt stuff. So before I was just XORing stuff like, oh, you have your unencrypted Jam password. I use that to encrypt. I use that as the key to your email and password. So I encrypt it by XORing it, which is fine, but apparently that's really easy to hack. Another day where you can't make a Peach joke. Why not? You can. You can do it, Derpy Cheap. So AES is really secure. Like, really secure. But it has the same problem as before where you have a key that I need to put somewhere. But apparently you can use a protected mode in order to do that. So that's what I've been kind of doing in the background, along with some of the UI stuff for setting stuff up. So yeah. So right now I have a way of you getting the private key, and it should be able to get you the private key. Now if you modify the file or it gets destroyed or something. So actually let me go ahead and back up. So here we have your passwords. Let me actually just like write old so if anyone sees it, anyone joins the stream. So this is our new way of doing it. So we got our email, actually just everything. So all Jam data, including the password you use to sign in. So here we're going to have AES. So you have AES encryption here, which is like really strong. So you have an AES key here. And the way that's going to be encrypted is that's encrypted by using protected data.protect, which is basically encrypted based off of your Windows user. And yes, that means if you're using Mac, this won't work, but it's WinForm, so I don't think it would work anyway. Yeah, writing with a mouse sucks. A mouse sucks. It's a certified jam. Welcome to the slam. So essentially, your AES key is generated randomly, and then it's stored securely on your machine. I would say the biggest thing that I'm worried about is what happens if someone deletes that. if you ever delete this file, you delete your encrypted file with the key, there is no way to fix AES. You will lose that data forever. Which is unfortunate, but hey, just don't delete the file. Also, that means that if you like copied your files onto another machine, it also wouldn't work because it's localized to your Windows machine and user. So if you copy those files, you won't have the same Windows user potentially, and also you're not on the same machine. So it has the potential to fail if you like transfer it to another machine. I don't think there's a really easy way of fixing that without outright like how would you fix that? Because it has to be some information locally on your machine. I mean, the obvious answer is allow for a person to set a password and then only that password is used for encryption. But I mean, then you have the same problem of, oh, they forget the encryption key, you know. Anyway, I think this is what I'm going to go with. If you ever delete the file or you try to move to a new machine, I think I will. As a bonus feature, if I get time, I'll add in a way to like export a file in clear text. So then you can just export your whole thing and it'll not be encrypted. And then you can go ahead and move that to whatever machine you need and import it, and then it'll encrypt it based off of that new machine's encryption method. But yeah, for right now, this is what I'm going with. So right now I have a way of you actually getting the key. That's all this. I'll zoom in a little bit so it's a little easier for you guys to read it, because I know YouTube compression sucks. So this is where you get the key. So now we need to make an encrypt method and a decrypt method. Private void encrypt. Also, I'm going to, if you ever have to log in, I am still going to have a login system, but that is not for decrypting data. That's just if you can view it or not. I know I originally was planning on having like a half logged in method where you can, if you're not logged in, you can see all the non-important stuff like, oh, you can see what jobs you've applied for and change stuff. But you can't like see passwords. But I feel like that's too much. I feel like that makes it too complicated. You either have a password or everything is just encrypted on your drive and you can access it by just using the software. If I have extra, I guess that's another bonus feature. If I have time, I'll add in a secondary mode where everything is half encrypted. Or not half encrypted, everything is encrypted. But everything is half visible in the software. Or half the stuff is visible in the software without being logged in. Alright, so to encrypt, not public. So what do you need to encrypt? You should not need this key. You'll never need this key out of this class. That's why it's static. It's a private static key. So what I think I'm going to do is, for encrypt, you're going to need, obviously, your data. This will be a string, not just bytes. So yeah, just text. And I do need an out IV. I think the IV is a byte array, I want to say. Byte. Yeah. Because I'm actually going to be, this is going to be for XML. I don't want to have to constantly turn XML, like, if I'm exporting this, if I'm encrypting a string, I'm probably doing XML. So to make my life easier, I'm actually going to output a string as well. So out string IV. So we're going to say using AES equals not new AES, it's AES.create. Where did my there? Okay. So AES key equals private key or key, or actually I should say get key. And yeah, that's a method. So now we're going to say AES.encrypt. Oh yeah, I guess it should actually return a string. And why is it yelling at me? Cannot, oh, because it's not static. Now it's yelling because I am not returning a string. Alright, so AES dot, what is it called? Encrypt? Nope. Hold on, I got the method up here. Byte encrypted, encrypt string to bytes, original. We got plain text. AES is algorithm is correct. Alright, so we need a iCrypto transform encryptor. Encryptor. Equals AES dot create encryptor. And this is using an AI. Yeah. I don't know why you create what? I'm looking at the this is the official Microsoft .NET not source, there's a better word. But they go ahead and create a method. They create an AES, and then they call a method that creates a new AES. This is so dumb. This is stupid. I think it's stupid. Like, they create an AES, and then they go ahead and pass the AES into another AES. Excuse me. Yeah, they make an encryptor, create an encryptor, and then we need to pass in the key. And then we need an IV, which we can just use the AES key or AES.iv. So one important thing to note is AES IVs essentially are the public keys. So we're going to need to store each IV with the data. So AES essentially is all about confusion and diffusion. And one way you do confusion is you never do the same AES algorithm the same time or the same way. So there's two parts of the AES algorithm. You have the private key, and that's going to be the thing that's actually encrypted. I already have the private key. And then you have the Ivy, which is the public key. So if you try to decrypt like 5 things, and they all have different IVs, so you're trying all these different public keys or all these different private keys, but you try the same public key, it just, doesn't work. So IVs are essentially just the second part that gets stuck on the end of everything. So yeah, we get AES.iv. So now we have the encryptor. So now can we just say like encryptor.encrypt? Let's see. What does the Microsoft page say to do? Using memory stream MS Encrypt, new memory stream. Using CryptoStream CS Encrypt. And this is not cryptocurrency, but I'm assuming cryptocurrency probably uses this to stay secure. No, Jam is not cryptocurrency. I'm not making the Jam coin. Sorry, I'm not that evil. Alright, so we got CryptoStream, MS Encrypt, Encryptor, CryptoStream. Okay. I think I get what's going on. So we have a memory stream, and this is where it's going to be written to. We're going to write the encrypted data to the memory stream. So we got this equals new memory stream. Next we go ahead and we're going to make a crypto stream. This is just so we can get some basic settings for a stream writer. Equals new crypto stream. We need to pass in MS Encrypt, the encryptor, and the crypto stream write. Okay, we need its mode, which is write. Now we need a stream writer so we can actually write to the stream. So we pass in CS encrypt, which will pass in the memory encrypt, or a memory stream. So now, all we have to do is just say sw.encrypt. Did I do something wrong? I am missing a parentheses here. And there we go. So now our memory stream will have the text. So now we just need to go ahead and get it. ms.encrypt. Can I do two? So I can do two array. I want to see what two array and two string do differently. Because if I could just export to a string, that would be great. I'm assuming I probably can't. I probably have to do it. I probably have to cast it correctly. I'd say we're gonna have to cast anyway. I'm just gonna do what Microsoft says to do. So what we can do is actually this. We can immediately right here say iv equals aes.iv. Maybe I should have this capitalized. Probably. If they're capitalizing it there, I probably should capitalize it here. IV is not null here. Oh, it's because it's that. So I need to do string. What's the way to turn a byte array into a string? Turn byte array. There's like a special method that I have to use. Yeah, bit converter. To string. There we go. Turn. All right. Cool. Now we have to do everything in reverse for the decryption process. Unfortunately, I don't really have a good way of testing this. It's not like it would let me just run method. Can I just, like, run this separately, please? It would be so cool. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna bother. Alright. Private. Static. Yeah, we do want a string as a return. Decrypt. String. Text. And we need to pass in the, we don't need to pass in the key because that's there. And we need to pass out the, or we need to pass in the IV. So first thing that we're gonna have is, yeah, using AES. AES equals AES.create. Then we're going to have AES.key equals .get private key. then AES dot IV equals IV. We need to say bit converter dot to byte array. No, it's not going to like that. Okay. Actually, they're saying to use. This is what I was thinking of. UTF-8. UTF-8 dot get string. And it does not like that. Okay then. Is it because this isn't capitalized? No. Alright, looks like I need to go level back. Coding dot. There we go. I don't like seeing that red text. It's distracting. So encoding dot UTF-8 dot get bytes IV. There we go. That's so easy. All right, so what do we do to decrypt? We have the ciphertext, key, the IV. Yep, that's what they thought. So yeah, it's basically the same thing. So IES or iCrypto transform decryptor equals AES dot create decryptor AS key AS dot IV using actually so we're encrypting text, but we get out a byte array. Also, I should change this to the normal thing as well. So MS Encrypt is supposed to be two. Wait, why do I have two of them? That's dumb. All right, so in that case, okay, looks like it'll be fine. So using memory stream MS Decrypt equals new memory stream ciphertext. Ciphertext. Okay, so ciphertext is supposed to be a byte array. So we'll use encoding dot UTF dot get bytes, and it's as easy as that. So using this, now we can go ahead and using CryptoStream. I know this is probably pretty boring because it's not the UI stuff, which is the cool stuff, I guess, because that's the main part of this. But with this is the first time I'm really doing advanced cybersecurity stuff. I mean, it's not even that advanced, but most of the time I'm not focusing on security, I'm focusing on functionality. So it is interesting to find, like, I've done a little bit of cybersecurity, but This is my first time really going through the process. Most of the time, other people were in charge of it. So this is cool for me. It's a new crypto stream, MS Decrypt, Decryptor, and then I need a mode, right? Yep. Read. Yep. Alright, so then we need to say using stream reader. Equals new stream reader. TS Decrypt. Yep. So now we need to say, I guess just return this. I don't need to worry about, I don't know why they do plain text equals to decrypt instead of just returning the plain text immediately. Like, that seems dumb to me because it's C#. After you go out of scope, it gets garbage collected. Like, all this is, like, all their code is doing is just wasting resources. Alright, cool. So now, we have a way to encrypt and decrypt files. Probably. It'll most likely break in some way. And speaking of it'll most likely break in some way, I should put try-catch blocks around this. I doubt this will fail, but if it does fail, the user needs to know. Message box dot show something went wrong when encrypting text. This text will not be saved. All right, and then we're going to say IV equals null or just empty string. Yeah, I'm just gonna say return null, or basically null, an empty string. All right, same thing here basically. Try, move all of this into the try catch block. Catch. No reason to tell them what data they couldn't decrypt because, I mean, like, it's going to be dummy data. But yeah, assuming my code works, this should never trip. It should never trip. So if this trips, something is wrong with my code, which I'll fix. Or something has gone very wrong on the user side. In which case, yeah, no. Not much I can do. Alright, so catch message box.show. Could not decrypt some data. Alright, and yeah, turn. I mean, I guess I could. Yeah, I'll put an exception here. I'll actually list the exception. All right, cool. There we go. Now it's a little nicer. All right, so when we load home, so we do need to make a little bit of a change here. So the settings, yeah, you are still going to have a password. I mean, really, you could just store a password. Like, if you don't have a password file, then you have no password. I think that's what should happen. So if you have no password, you either have a password or you don't have a password. You don't have a password, it deletes the file, or it doesn't do it. If you do have a password, then you have to log in. Also, I think we'll wait until the encryption actually works. I do have some encryption stuff here, I think. No? Oh, it's here. I can just comment this out for right now. Let me just comment this entire thing out right now. Because I do want to test my code as soon as possible. But I need to get rid of all the compiler errors first. Alright, so here on a home screen, when we load the home, I'm going to go ahead and take all of this out. We do need the settings file. I mean, we might as well leave it in. Yeah. I just won't implement that for right now. So we're going to do file manager, get XML, settings, settings file name. Whoa. I mean, yeah, we can basically use this. We'll use this as a base. So logged in, password protection type equals none. Yeah, logged in is none. XML document equals new document, root, append child, root. Password protection type It's none. So we're going to want to encrypt. I made that a private method, didn't I? Yep. Kind of useless to have an encryption method that's private. So yeah, encrypt. In File Manager, I do need to add a new XML node type. Node name. I guess it's technically an attribute, but I don't care. I'm just going to put it in here because it makes sense to put it in here. That being IV. I'm going to store the IVs as attributes though, so yeah. Will that cause an issue though because it's inner text? I don't think so, no, because attributes look inside, which sees all inner nodes and any inner text, but attributes are outside. Because attributes are part of like the header, I'm pretty sure. Like if I have a XML node, if I have my node, you have its name, and attributes here. So you have your attributes here, and then you have the inside of the node, which is going to be other nodes and inner text. So inner text, and you're going to have other nodes. So other nodes or inner text. So having attributes will not get picked up by inner text, I'm pretty sure. All right. I mean, really what we can do is this. I can be a little cheeky here. And I can just say it's password protection type dot attributes. I do need to say out. Out dot add or dot append. Actually, no, that's not going to work. That's not going to work very well. Inner text out the IV. So out string. There we go. And we can do password protection type dot up dot attributes dot append new attribute, and this will be file helper or file manager dot x, or no, it's outside of file manager, so it's XML node names dot IV dot toString. Why is it not liking this? Cannot create an instance of abstract type attribute. I guess because this needs to be an XML attribute. Will it let me do it now? Alright, protection. IV. Does not have a thing that takes 2 arguments. Of course it doesn't. Why would it? Okay, well, how many arguments does it take? Ah, it won't tell me. I would love it if it would tell me, but of course it won't. Thank you. Nope. Alright. Dot append XML attribute node. Maybe it'll tell me if I just do this. Huh? No? No, you're not gonna tell me? Okay, thank you. Alright. XML being XML, alright. Create element, and then it's just set attribute. Okay. It's literally just set attribute. So that should work. Since I can run it right now, let's actually do that. This will let me see what the actual code does. Ah, there were build errors. Hilarious. Ah. Yeah, that explains it. I cannot do that. I cannot kill this completely. I'm actually going to delete my settings.xml. I think that might actually mess with it. Alright, and then the next thing. The name AES does not exist in the current context. Alright, and if I double click it, it doesn't do anything. So that means it must actually be a lie. Oh, it actually is. Alright, so what do we do? Let's see. Let's walk through it. So we go ahead, we try to get the XML file. This should be null, it is. So login, password protection is none. Create new document, root. Password protection type, create element. And this should be the encrypted one. No. So encrypt, our text should be none. It is. IV is null. Oh, because, yeah, we need to create the IV. So now, what does our IV look like? Good. That is 1, 2. How many characters is this? I'd love it if it would actually tell me that, but of course it won't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's hard to tell because backslash characters are obviously not real characters. You know how it is. Okay, it's 16 bytes. That seems small. How long are AES keys and IVs? Okay. 32 bytes is the maximum key length. Okay. Or it's the recommended. It's the largest recommended. And IVs are supposed to be 16. Okay, so yeah, that's correct. So then we go ahead and make the encryptor. So what does the inner text look like? Garbage. That's good. And then we can set the attribute. Okay, we can. Oh, one thing I should be doing is I should be doing this in a try block. It's XML. Stuff breaks all the time. I should definitely be using a try block for this. But looks pretty good so far. So yeah, protection type IV is this. Wait, what's the inner text? Yeah, inner text is also a bunch of garbage. There's no real reason to encrypt the password if there is no password. So yeah. That should be fine. But I am going to do this. String foobar equals password or encryption manager. I want to make sure it can decrypt. All right, so we pass in the text, which would be the inner text. And the IV is going to be password protection type IV. All right. When's making jelly stream? First of all, it's jam, not jelly. Also, stream 1 was, like, I want to say 3 days ago? 4 days ago? About half a week ago. I'm making Jam, which is a job application manager. Essentially something so you can really easily sort your job applications. Really easily make them, really easily sort them. And right now I'm trying to make sure your files are encrypted. Now, if we were to run this, I didn't save the XML, so yeah, this should be fine. Okay. Key file has been tampered with. Wait. Okay. That is interesting. So that's hitting a check. So the first time I ran it, I was getting the private key. Key equals null, return key. Yeah, that explains it. So here's the key. The issue is I don't protect this. I never protected it. So it's trying to unprotect something that hasn't been protected. Alright, so try create file. This is supposed to be by data. Protected key equals protected data dot protect key null a protection scope dot current user, and just like that, now we have the protected key. So we're going to store that. Why does it still have errors down here? I'm going to delete my key. So here we have foobar equals encryption manager dot decrypt. Could not decrypt some. IV does not match the block size for this algorithm. Okay. Wait. No, this is okay. Wait, 1, 2. Let's delete everything again. Actually, first of all, let's try seeing if... no, this will actually... That's sure to work. We need to delete the files. Yeah, UTF-8 get bytes. Yeah, let's try running through it again. Let's see what happens. So we're encrypting none with IV. We don't have an IV yet. So in the IV, we go ahead and say AES.IV. AES.IV, I mean, that's just going to be a byte 16, and that's going to be a bunch of random data, essentially. So yeah, we got all this random data now. It's 16 bytes worth. We return. So now when we try to decrypt, our string is this whole bunch of data, yep. Our data is also a whole bunch of data. Decrypt using AES. Wait. Okay, the IV is O/U001. Is that anywhere else in here, in the inner text? No. I don't see any capital O's. So yeah, that should be good. So AES is AES.create. So our IV I think this is right. IV does not match the block size for this algorithm. Delete the key again. Why am I still getting these errors down here? Clearly it's dumb, so I'm just gonna ignore those, I guess. Like, it's running, so it's not errors. If they were actual errors, the code would not be able to compile. No, I was referring to a new program. I saw that you streamed Jam before. I just couldn't. Yes, I heard that Anton Blast is out. I am looking forward to playing it, but I have a lot of other games that I probably want to play first. I don't know. It seems really... I don't know. Like, I'm really excited for it. I've been really excited for it. But, like, I don't know. I need to be in a mood to play Anton Blast. Recently, I've been playing Hollow Knight, trying to finish that. I'm most of the way there. I'm trying to do some stuff in God Home. I'm on the third sequence, the like boss rush deferred one of those. Okay, so UTF-8 get bytes IV is wrong. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to see byte array test equals, and then we're going to just try unencoding it here. Let's see what that looks like. Did I destroy my code? Yes, I did. I destroyed my key. That's good. If I still had the key, it wouldn't really help. So how large is test? So test is 26. That's important. It should be 16. Why is it 26? Why? I have a guess. Yeah, you know what, let's do it in here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and you guessed it, 26. Now you may be thinking, how do we have 26 characters here? Isn't it 16 characters? And it is supposed to be 16 characters. And it is 16. But here's the thing. For 16 characters, but you see like this, that's one character, but it takes 2 characters of space in the string. Like, if you were to ask string.length, it should say this should only be one character. But I think encoding UTF.getBytes is treating this like 2 characters. So we have 1, 2, 3 of them. So that is interesting. We have 3 characters like this. So I could understand it being, 19. We got 3 wrong characters because it's supposed to be 16. But we don't. We have 26 characters. You see the problem? We have 26 characters somehow. How do we have 26? Let's delete the key again. I want to go through it again, but this time I want to go ahead and in the encryption step, all right, so here, IV, let me see it, let me see the data. All right, here we go. So here the IV is this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's only 15 characters. Why is it only 15 characters? Now it's less characters than 16. Alright, first thing, let's actually do a hexadecimal or an ASCII table. Alright, so ASCII to text, what do we got? We got 47, 153, 209, 193, 51, 9, 136, 115, 205, 128, 1 124, 149, 210, 69, and then one last one. No. Two more. 232, 44. Alright, so it should be this string of question mark, square, open bracket, question mark, I, question mark. And by question mark, I mean like in a diamond. So unknown, square, open bracket, unknown, unknown, I, unknown, free, square, unknown, unknown, J, unknown, unknown. So that's what it should be. And ours, that's very interesting. Why is the encoded version backslash unknown, 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 free, backslash T, unknown, S with a tilde, vertical line, unknown, unknown, E, unknown? That's very interesting. Personally, I would find that a bit weird. Hey, welcome to the stream, Zaix. Glad you can make it. Thank you for joining us. It's only 480p quality? Um, is this like YouTube? Let me see. YouTube. Will it tell me how much quality? Yeah, why is it only a max of 480p? What the hell? Can I edit that? Customization, maybe, no. Monetization, no. Yeah, that makes sense. Is it Streamlabs? It's just a quality that Streamlabs is doing? How can I see the output? Streamlabs video quality. Overlay, studio mode, layout editor. I'd like the settings, please. Settings. Output. Streaming. Bitrate. Keyframe interval. Recording. I don't see anything here for... I think it might be this. Preset P5 slow, good quality. To adjust your resolution, select video. Okay, I think it's that actually. Doesn't look like I can edit it, probably because I'm streaming right now. Yeah, I'll have to mess around with that after the stream. Oh well, sorry about that. Anyway, what was I saying? Ah, yes. Um, so it says the output should be unknown square open bracket unknown unknown unknown, or sorry, unknown square bracket unknown unknown I unknown 3 square unknown unknown j unknown unknown. This is completely wrong. So that means the encoding.utf8 getString method is bad. Now, unfortunately, that means I'm probably going to have to make my own. I don't know what, like, how do you mess that up? I do want to try one thing first. If I were to go back, oh, my test is down here. Let's take the test from down there and put it up here. I want to see if these match. Like, if it consistently goes back and forth, then I should still not be having the issue. And there's probably something larger going on. Maybe. Maybe Zix. I didn't delete my file. I can delete right now, though. I need to delete the key. Otherwise, it won't go down that path. Oh, wait, no, it will. It will because of that. I just can't let it save the settings. So it creates. So let's see. Test is 30 bytes. Okay. Yeah. It's 30 bytes, and all I did was turn from. I turned these 16 bytes, used get string, and I said get bytes on that string. We have 239. Let's see what matches. 247, 41. It's completely wrong. So why is it completely wrong? Get bytes. Well, in that case, I'm making my own. I don't care. It's really easy to make my own. I just didn't really want to do it if it already existed. All right. Public. I think this needs to be static. Yeah. Static. Get bytes. No, I need to have get bytes. Byte array. Get bytes. String text. All right. For each. So first of all, byte. Yeah, byte array, bytes equals new byte, text length. Yep. Bytes for each. Like, can't I just... You probably could, but I'm just going to do this. For each... This feels wrong. Why is it not working? UTF-8. 2 bytes. Don't match. Alright. Let's see if this would work. What am I even trying to do? I'm trying to make my encoding work, but I need strings and byte arrays. So my issue was that I was converting my string into a byte array and then storing that, or actually the inverse. I had a byte array for the key, and I was converting that into a string, and then I go ahead and save that string, and I was converting that string when I need to decode back into a byte array so I can use that as a key. But it's not the same. It changes. It changed during the transfer process. Yeah, C# is better than Python. Okay, why did it open settings? I didn't want to open settings. That's because that was selected. Okay. All right, so get bytes. We're going to do public static string get string. Yeah, that's the issue. So I have a byte array. Let's say it has 1 byte in it, and that byte is 0, and that's supposed to correlate to A. So I transfer it over to a string, and the string now says B, or \B or something. And then I convert that \B back into a string, or back into a byte array, and that byte is, and now it's a too long byte array with. Why? I don't know. UTF-8 is stupid or something. I don't know. I don't like Python just because I like having strict types. Yeah. I mean, I've done a little bit of Python. I had to use Python for school for one of my classes. It sucked. But I don't know if that was Python's fault or if that was the fault that we had to use Google Colab notebooks, which were just What's the best way to describe it? So the Google Colab notebooks were modular. So you can do part A, and then you can do part B, and then you can do part C. It was nice, kind of. But the thing was, if you did part A was import a whole bunch of classes. And then the runtime would disconnect. Like after 5 minutes, you don't touch it. Or even if you are doing stuff, it'll just disconnect after like 5 minutes. So then you have to re-import the library, redo all this code that you've already done. It's dumb. NumPy cringe, agree. Agree. Oh yeah. I wouldn't say I absolutely despise Python, but it feels icky not having not having a strict typing. Like, oh, yeah, that string is also an int. It's also an object. It makes me feel gross. I can get why people like it though. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh yeah, Python is the worst language ever. No, that's easily C++. Turn. Alright, cool. Let's use our new encryption method. Maybe it should be an encryption manager instead. I don't know. I don't really care. Yeah, but why did I put these in a file manager? That's dumb. I hate C#. You know, I would say because of my experience, I like C#. You know, I've learned the syntax. I understand how it works. And like most programming languages all work the same way. It's just different syntax, basically. I just don't and I bet if I spent more time with a lot of the other ones, I would get used to their syntax and, you know, like them more. Like, I like Java because I know the syntax. I do not like C++ because I haven't learned the syntax really. I've used it a little bit, I've touched it, I've had to convert stuff from C++ to C#. It's just, I don't like it as much. I don't like having to keep track of pointers. Alright, so anyway. So let's see how this works. So we're going to, instead of using IV equals encoding. Yeah, but you can do some cool stuff in C++. There's reasons to use it. Get bytes. IV. Let's see if my method can do better than the universal standard. The sad part is I think it will. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead, do. I did not mean to do, oh god, I'm in the method. Let's try to get XML. Alright, we got it. Intertext encrypt. Oh wait, I do need to delete the key because it's gonna try to make a new key. Encryption manager. Encrypt. So my IV is 16 bytes, 11235. Let's go ahead and test it. So my IVs are 11235. First of test are 11235. Actually, let me just... Nope, did not work. Damn it. Otherwise, use... I've never used Rust, so I don't have any opinion on it. Is Lua good? I haven't used Lua either. But yeah, so get bytes. IV. So we got 112, 35, 81, 183, 82. I'm not going to be able to remember all these numbers in my head. I'm stupid. Also, I don't really want to. I just take a snapshot with my phone. Wait, can't I just do like... I'm just going to do the first few. So 81, 183, 82. And our test is 181, or 81, 183, 82. Then we have 238, 253. $238, 253, 95, 111, 95, 111, or was it 93, 111? Yeah, it is 95. So yeah, my method works! Unlike some stupid idiot methods like UTF-8 convert. Alright, where else am I using it? This is file protect. Okay, this is all using just Ray, so that's fine. Alright, do I use UTF-8? I do a little bit here. I can't believe... I don't get how that happened. Like, for the reasoning I saw was, oh, it doesn't have all the different characters, but like, you have an encryption method. If you have a method called getBytes, and it takes in a string, and you have a method called getString, and it takes in bytes. If you put A into B, if you take X in A, and you convert that to B to get X prime, if you take X prime in B, and you bring that back over to A, that should give you X. It should be 1-to-1 onto. It's that simple. That's my opinion, at least. Alright, so now we can go ahead, get bytes. Yep, we have one more get bytes here. Do we have any more of the stupid? Coding? Let's see. I do not have any more encoding, thank goodness. All right. All right. I'll probably have to go in about 30 minutes. My dad needs some help with some stuff. All right. So let's try to get as much done as we can. All right. So we don't have to worry about encoding. I might use it in other files, so let me do a full thing. Encoding. Oh, this is a resource. Yeah, I don't care about the resource. Properties for coding. Yeah, so these are all resource files. So yeah, good. Okay. So now this should actually work because it's my code instead of stupid UTF-8 code or whatever it's called. Is it UTF-8? I think it is. All right, let's do this one more time. So foobar should now be correct. It worked, it didn't crash, and it equals none. Wow. It worked. Crazy how my code works, unlike some other code. For times like this, I wish I had like a board that I just could like stick a knife into with UTF-8 or some other broken software and say, yep, that's never being used here again. Anyway, the fact that it works is really nice. Which means I should be able to go ahead and I can get rid of foobar now. I'll continue first. That'll save a file. I can get rid of you. And if I go ahead and pull up my settings file, as you can see, we have this is the this is oh wait, no, this is just the IV. This right here is the IV. I guess technically because the quotes are here for telling it it's a string. So this is the IV. Whole bunch of random numbers and data. And then this is oh my. So that's something nice that I didn't realize that it did. Despite it only being none, like the word that I encrypted was none. That is the input. It's more than 4 characters output, which is really nice. Is it 16 characters exactly though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Okay, it's 35 characters. Neat! So yeah. It works. It's not a miracle. It's my code instead of some stupid idiot code like UTF-8. All right, so next up, we got to go ahead and do else. All right. So here we know there are settings. We should be able to copy them, honestly. Let's try copy and pasting this in. And before we do this, I am actually going to delete my encryption flip method. It's not useful anymore. It has outlived its usefulness. Goodbye. Clean up clutter. So if my password protection type is, I need to say .decrypt. Code usually breaks first try. Python should be used for any small projects. Yeah, but like I know C#. If I tried doing this in Python, it would take, 10 times as long. So the reason I'm using C# is because it's what I know. That in WinForms. Like, no, that's JavaFX I was thinking of. What image, like, can you do forms and stuff with Python? Like, obviously you can, but like, what libraries do you need? I'd have to learn a whole new a whole new thing, whole new system for doing Windows. I don't know. Anyway, so I have decrypt. So I'm trying to decrypt name, password protector type, string. PyQt5. Okay. So now we need the IV. Well, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and actually just get the node here. So XML element equals, and then we're just going to go ahead and settings.document element .get elements by tag name, password protection. Let me guess, this is a node, and it's cannot explicitly convert XML node to XML element. Yeah, whatever. We can just say this is an XML node. I don't know why they have nodes and elements. They're the same thing to me, at least. So we'll call this password protection type node. We can just assume that it won't be null. Alright, and then we can just do password protection type node dot attribute attributes. We should be able to get it by string. Yep, we can. So we're going to be doing XML node name dot IV dot toString dot value. Yep. And there we go. Now you're fine using C#. It's a solid language, but Python does work. I always thought a jam was a competition. It is. a game jam is a competition where you try to make as many things, where you try to make a game in basically like 24 hours or a week, and then you're judged. I'm just calling this jam because it's a job application manager. It's the acronym. So yeah, now this should be getting this if the password protection type is none, then logged in type is none. If it's limited, yeah, I'll say it's limited. I'm not going to include anything that is limited yet though. And if it's full, then it's going to show to login, login.showDialog. I might as well just pass in the login so it doesn't have to reread files. So let's go ahead and in login. Well, I don't really care. Never mind, I lied. Because there is a chance that you'll log in later if I do implement the limited, and then I'll have to then I'll have to basically undo this. So I'm just not going to undo it. I'm just not going to do this now, so I don't have to undo it later. So logged in equals new login, login.showDialog. If logged in, login password protection type is full, close. If it's not, yep. So yeah, that should be correct. We just need to now implement the login. So the real password is encryption manager.decrypt settings .document element, get elements by name. So we need to decrypt this. I mean, basically we're doing the same thing. XML node password node equals settings.element tag name what equals settings. Why is this a null possibility? There's literally no oh wait, okay, we could put a return in here as well just for safety. So decrypt, we're going to be using password node. What did I call it in home? Ah. Yeah, password node is fine. And then we're going to use password node dot get UV. No. Dot attribute. File manager. Manager dot. No, gosh. It's in the file manager class, the enum, but it's XML node name. Dot IV dot toString dot value. All right. Now, of course, I do not have a full password. So yeah, just logs in. Nice. I'm pretty happy with that. Now we have actual AES encryption. Good luck cracking this! I mean, technically you can crack it if you have the key. Like, well, technically not. First of all, the key is it's user specific on your Microsoft computer. So you can't just pull these files off and run it on your own machine. You would have to have access to the user's computer. And you'd have to be running a debug version of this. Yeah, I'm not worried at all. This is secure now. And with that, I think I am actually probably going to go off now, because this is a really good stopping point. So yeah, with that, thank you all so much for watching. I'll probably do some more work off camera. But yeah, maybe I'll stream later. I don't know when. But yeah. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Good.